The moment you stop trusting yourself, you hand your power to the world. Today, you take it back. The power of self-trust. There comes a moment in every human life when the noise of the world grows louder than the voice within. Advice pours in from every direction. Opinions crowd the mind. Doubt sneaks in wearing the disguise of logic. And slowly, quietly, a dangerous habit forms. The habit of trusting everything except yourself. But understand this truth clearly. The greatest tragedies in history were not born from lack of talent. They were born from lack of self-trust. The world has never been short on intelligent people. It has always been short on people who believed in their own judgment when it mattered most. Self-trust is not arrogance. It is not blind confidence. It is the calm, grounded certainty that says, I will listen, I will learn, but I will decide. Every great figure who ever bent reality to their will had this inner agreement with themselves. When Thomas Edison failed thousands of times, it was not optimism that carried him forward, it was trust in his own process. When Abraham Lincoln stood divided against criticism and ridicule, it was not popularity that sustained him, it was faith in his inner compass. When Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination, it was not external approval that saved him, it was the quiet conviction that refused to die. Self-trust is the root from which courage grows. Without it, discipline collapses. Without it, vision fades. Without it, action becomes hesitant and fragmented. You can borrow motivation from others, but you cannot borrow conviction. Conviction must be built slowly, intentionally, through moments where you choose yourself, even when fear argues otherwise. Most people do not fail because they are incapable. They fail because they second-guess every instinct, dilute every decision, and wait for permission that never comes. They confuse caution with wisdom and hesitation with intelligence. But strong minds are formed when a person learns to stand alone in thought. Not isolated, not stubborn, but rooted. Self-trust is developed the same way muscles are built, through resistance. Each time you make a decision and honor it. Each time you take responsibility instead of shifting blame. Each time you act before certainty arrives. Because certainty never comes first. Action does. The mind does not trust words, it trusts evidence. And every small promise you keep to yourself becomes proof that you can be relied upon. This is where clarity is born, not from overthinking, but from alignment between thought and action. A person who trusts themselves does not rush. They move with intention. They listen deeply, but decide firmly. They do not need applause to proceed, nor approval to persist. They understand something most never realize. Life does not reward those who wait to feel ready. It rewards those who decide and grow into their decisions. And once self-trust takes root, fear loses its authority. Self-trust is not loud. It does not beg for approval. It does not announce itself in crowded rooms. It moves quietly, like a river carving stone over time. And those who possess it understand a truth most never learn. The world does not reward certainty of outcome. It rewards certainty of self. Every great achievement you admire was born in isolation first. Before Edison lit a city, he sat alone in doubt and darkness, trusting a vision no one else could see. Before Carnegie shaped an empire, he trusted his understanding of people when others laughed at his ambition. Before Lincoln held a nation together, he held himself together through years of rejection, loss, and ridicule. History does not remember them for talent alone. It remembers them for faith in their own judgment when evidence was thin. Self-trust is forged when you stop outsourcing your worth, when you stop letting noise decide direction, when you stop asking permission to believe in what you feel called to do. The moment you hesitate because someone might not understand, you fracture your power. Because clarity does not come from consensus, it comes from alignment. You were not designed to live by borrowed beliefs. You were not built to move only when applause makes it safe. Every instinct you silence, every idea you abandon to please the crowd, weakens the muscle of self-trust. And over time, people don't lose confidence because they fail. They lose it because they stopped listening to themselves. There is a quiet courage required to say, "I may be wrong, but this is mine to test." That courage separates leaders from followers, builders from observers. The disciplined mind does not wait for perfect certainty. It acts with conviction and adapts with intelligence. That is the philosophy that built industries, movements, and legacies. Self-trust does not mean arrogance. It means responsibility. It means owning the outcome whether you win or lose. It means learning faster because you are not busy defending your ego. The person who trusts himself is not afraid of mistakes. He is afraid of stagnation. He understands that action sharpens clarity, not the other way around. And when doubt appears, because it will, the self-trusting individual does not panic. He recognizes doubt as a signal, not a verdict, a reminder to refine, not retreat. Doubt is only dangerous when you obey it blindly, but when you face it with discipline, it becomes fuel. This is why self-trust changes everything. It turns fear into movement, uncertainty into exploration, failure into instruction, and slowly, almost invisibly, it reshapes how the world responds to you, because the world mirrors the way you treat your own decisions. When you trust yourself, you walk differently, you speak differently, you wait less for validation and more for results. And people feel it. Opportunities move toward those who move with inner authority. Inner authority is not something you demand from the world. It is something the world senses when your actions align with your convictions. People don't follow confidence spoken aloud. They follow confidence lived consistently. This is why the strongest leaders rarely shout. Their presence carries weight because they have already settled the argument within themselves. Most people hesitate at the edge of their potential, not because they lack ability, but because they do not trust their own perception. They wait for signs. They wait for reassurance. They wait for the moment when fear disappears. But fear never disappears. It simply changes shape. Those who move forward are not fearless. They are loyal to their vision, even while fear whispers in their ear. Self-trust sharpens decision-making. When you stop second-guessing every choice, your energy consolidates, your focus intensifies. You no longer scatter yourself trying to keep every option open. You choose. And that choice, even when imperfect, creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence deepens trust. This is the invisible cycle that separates momentum-driven lives from stagnant ones. Consider how great builders thought. Henry Ford trusted simplicity in a world obsessed with complexity. Walt Disney trusted imagination in a culture that dismissed dreams as childish. They were told it would not work, not once, but repeatedly. Yet their belief was not stubbornness, it was rooted in clarity. They understood their aim so deeply that external doubt could not penetrate it. Clarity is born from listening inward, from knowing what matters to you before the world tells you what should matter. Discipline then becomes natural, not forced. You don't need motivation to act when you trust the direction. You don't need constant reminders when the purpose is internalized. Action becomes an extension of belief. This is where self-trust turns into power. You stop reacting, you start directing. Life no longer happens to you, it responds to you. Obstacles become feedback, not stop signs. Resistance becomes proof that you are pushing against something real. And in moments of isolation,
When progress is invisible and results are delayed, self-trust is the only companion that sustains you. Applause comes later. Validation arrives after success, not before it. Every meaningful path requires walking alone for a while, guided only by conviction. This is the discipline Carnegie spoke of without naming it, the discipline of inner alignment. When thought, intention, and action move in the same direction, your force multiplies. You stop leaking energy through indecision. You stop diluting your power through comparison. Comparison is the enemy of self-trust. The moment you measure your path against someone else's timeline, you abandon your own. You forget that every great story unfolds at its own pace, shaped by unseen struggles and private decisions. Trusting yourself means respecting your process. It means allowing growth to be gradual, mastery to be earned, and setbacks to educate rather than discourage. It means choosing long-term strength over short-term approval. And as this trust deepens, something profound happens. Gratitude replaces anxiety. You no longer panic about outcomes because you trust your ability to respond. You become adaptable, resilient, grounded. You understand that success is not control over life, but confidence in yourself within it.
There comes a moment in every life when excuses grow tired of being repeated and the soul demands honesty. Not the kind spoken aloud to impress others, but the quiet truth, whispered in solitude. That moment is the birthplace of self-trust. Because when you finally admit what you want, what you fear, and what you must do, something shifts. You stop performing for approval and start acting from principle. Self-trust is built in private decisions, in the small promises kept when no one is watching, in choosing effort over comfort, in returning to the work after disappointment. Every time you honor your word to yourself, you reinforce an internal contract, and over time, that contract becomes unbreakable. This is why discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect in motion. You are not forcing yourself forward, you are honoring the future you believe in. The strongest minds understand this. Motivation fades, but identity remains. When you see yourself as someone who finishes, who learns, who adapts, action becomes inevitable. The world will test this trust relentlessly. Doubt will arrive disguised as logic. Fear will present itself as caution. Others will question your pace, your priorities, your persistence. But none of them are walking your path. None of them feel the weight of your calling. Their uncertainty does not define your limits. History remembers those who trusted themselves before they were proven right. Abraham Lincoln failed publicly before leading privately. Edison was ridiculed for persistence before lighting the world. They were not immune to doubt. They simply refused to surrender to it. They trusted the work more than the noise. As your self-trust matures, patience deepens. You stop rushing outcomes and start refining effort. You understand that strength is layered, not instant. Each challenge adds density to your character. Each setback sharpens judgment. Each delay strengthens resolve. And then one day, you realize something profound. You are no longer asking for permission. You are no longer waiting to feel ready. You move because movement aligns with who you are. Confidence is no longer something you chase, it is something you embody. This is the power of self-trust. It steadies you when success arrives and grounds you when it doesn't. It keeps ego in check and purpose alive. It allows you to lead yourself before attempting to lead anything else. When you trust yourself, you become adaptable without becoming fragile. You become firm without becoming rigid. You understand that growth requires both courage and humility, the courage to act and the humility to learn. And in the end, that trust becomes your compass. Not success, not recognition, not applause. Those are outcomes.
Self-trust is the source. Because when everything else is stripped away, titles, opinions, circumstances, what remains is your relationship with yourself. Strength begins there. Direction begins there. Victory begins there. And once you trust yourself fully, nothing external can take that power from you.
This channel isn't for everyone. It's for those who choose discipline over excuses.